Home isn't a place. At least, it's not for me. Growing up as an immigrant with a very complicated family history, which I will not go into in this video, I didn't have a place I could call home. To most people, home is a place that brings a sense of safety, comfort, belonging, and acceptance. But I struggled to find such a place for most of my life. After moving to Canada, I had moved a total of 8 more times, and not for the reasons you might think. At a young age, I've learned to adapt to a lifestyle that's constantly on the run, being independent and not get too invested in friends because I can lose them at any moment. I was forced to move in the middle of a school term and not allowed to tell or talk to anyone about it. I wish I could say there's a place that I have fond memories of growing up to call home, but I don't. I'm so far removed from my birth country that I no longer associate myself with, and I've moved all around Canada that I don't really feel tied to a specific place. So the closest place that resembles a home for me is Toronto, when I moved here by myself 11 years ago. Out of all the places that I've lived, this is the longest I've ever stayed in a single place, without having the constant fear of needing to move again on short notice. This tiny space might not seem like a lot, but it has allowed me to focus on my own growth and recognize how much emotional baggage I have. I am definitely still a work in progress, and I think that will be the case for the rest of my life, but it's a start. I know I sound like I have a lot of resentment towards my parents and my childhood, which I probably do, but the truth is, I still don't know how to process these conflicting feelings or how to deal with them yet, and every day I'm still troubled by the shadows that follow me. Despite all of this, I am grateful for my past because it's what made me into the person I am today. You know the saying that goes, when a flower doesn't bloom, you fix the environment in which it grows, not the flower. In my case, Toronto was the environment that I bloomed in. They say, everything you love you can find in Toronto, and everything you hate you can also find in Toronto. And I find that especially true. Toronto is so big and diverse, it's got almost everything. Most people know Toronto as the most populous city in Canada, and some might even call it the New York of the Great White North, and I can see why. For example, we've got our own version of the Times Square, although it's a dramatically smaller one, right outside one of North America's busiest shopping center because materialism is alive and well up here as well. Just like the American counterpart, we also have a vibrant art, music, theater, and food scene, diverse neighborhoods, and even a bustling downtown filled with skyscrapers that's infamously known as the concrete jungle, a suitable habitat for those who identify as workaholics looking for a fast-paced lifestyle. However, Toronto is much more than that. With plenty of green spaces and parks spread throughout the city, cafes in cute little neighborhoods with no shortages of art, festival, or things to do. A multicultural food scene that cannot be found anywhere else. If you can think of it, you can probably find it in this city. And if you're looking to get away from the hustle and bustle, you can even explore the surrounding cities in the Greater Toronto area by car or the GO train. As much as Toronto is the closest thing to a home for me, for a while now, I've been feeling like this chapter of my life is coming to a close. Sure, Toronto's hustle culture and constant constructions drive me insane. And the politics, let's just not go there. But its accessibility, diverse food scene, and never-ending supply of things to do makes up for that and then some. As with any city, there's always the good and the bad. Perhaps I'm just longing for a simpler, slower pace of life as I'm getting older. And surely I can probably find that somewhere outside of the downtown core. But I think this isn't just about the place. Deep down, I'm an emotional guy. And a lot of the decisions in life are driven by feelings and are not very logical, going against my training as a software engineer where I should be making logical decisions. For better or for worse, It has led me to where I am in life right now, and I think some things in life are just not meant to be logical, no matter how much we try to understand it. And this might be one of them. I honestly don't know where the next chapter brings me. But if you were to ask me where home is, all I can say is, home is not a place. It never was. But rather, a feeling. Home is where the heart is. And right now, it's here in the Netherlands.